Hi, everybody. Welcome to our call this week. It is Wednesday. No, I almost just said October. November 2nd. A brand new month has started, and I'm sure we are well aware of the Cour de Force launch that happened, which is beyond exciting. I personally, like Billy Blanks and Tybo was my jam, like back in high school and like a little bit into college. So I'm like so pumped and ready for this program. Like, you have no idea. When I did the sneak peek, I had like this ridiculous smile on my face the whole time. So I can't wait. Definitely, if this is something that you're excited about and you want to do, like, let your excitement show about it. Share it with people. And share your journey with it if this is the program you're going to do. It's going to be totally awesome. So that obviously is on special, as well as, hang on one second. Why am I blanking right now? Crap. Hang on. I believe it's the 21-day fix. Cour de Force, Country Heat, 21-day fix, and Fix Extreme. Okay. Those are the specials for this month. So really great programs. Great ones for people to start with, honestly. Especially, I mean, Cour de Force is going to be challenging, but there is a split screen modifier, so you can have the modifier on the screen the whole time. I listened to the National Wake Up Call this week with Joel and Jericho and Carl, and Jericho was like saying, like talking about the modifier and saying, like, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Like, she literally in the sneak peek was saying she just had a baby. I mean, obviously she was medically cleared to exercise, but she has a long shirt on because she still has a little baby belly. Like, she did this after she had her baby, which I think is so cool and totally something that we can like use if you know new moms who recently had a baby. Like, you can be like, Jericho, she's this like wicked awesome chick. She's the girl who runs it, and she like had a baby a couple months before. I wonder if we can find out like exactly how old her baby was when she started, because I know they've been like, this program has been in the works for the past 2 years, they were saying. So I don't know how postpartum she was at the time, but I just think that's so cool how she's like, I'm still working on my abs. Like, I had a baby recently. Like, I just love that. Like, they didn't even care that she wasn't like ripped with abs. Like, they still let her do that, which I think speaks to who they are a lot. So definitely, talk about that with people. Share that there's a modifier, and then Country Heat and the 21-day fix programs are so awesome. Even if you're not doing them right now, like, I've been thinking of going back and sharing some of my little clips that I made from when I was doing Country Heat, or other things, just to, even if it's on just your like page or whatever, like sharing those things to get people, looking at them and interested, and maybe reach out to you and ask questions. So those are the specials for this month. But also this month is the Team Spirit Challenge, which I just kind of wanted to remind everybody what the rules, like basically how the challenge works. Are we all signed up under Fit Mom? I think everybody said that they did. So I pulled up the frequently asked questions, FAQ. I don't know why I call it FAQ, but it's easier that way. So basically, you earn Team Spirit points. For every one Success Club point, you get one Team Spirit point. So if you sign up a customer or a coach with Shakeology, that gives you one Success Club point. That also gives you one Team Spirit point. But if that customer or coach also accepts an invitation into your My Challenge Tracker app challenge group, that was a lot of words in a row, if that challenge group starts before January 31st, which is a really long time from now, I thought that was kind of interesting. But if they accept an invite to a My Challenge Tracker app challenge group, That gives you an additional point. Same goes for if you sign up a customer or a coach with a challenge pack. You get 2 success points. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. 2 Success Club points for the challenge pack, which also earns you 2 team spirit points. And then if that person logs in or accepts an invite to your challenge tracker app, that doubles and you get 4 points. So those are the ways to get points. And then let me just scroll down a little bit more. A couple other, so that's like the team spirit category. They also are going to award highest Success Club points, highest average Success Club points, a team with the most participants, and then a team who wins the most spirited. So you can win most spirited if we use the hashtag Team Beachbody Team Spirit when we're posting things. And if we have like super inspiring, encouraging, supportive posts that are creative, they're going to award spirited point for that, which is cool. But I do want to say on here, it says you can post to either Instagram or Twitter, which to me means that they're not looking on Facebook. So we obviously want to be posting our stuff on Facebook, but if you want to be getting the points for the spirit reward, using the hashtag Team Beachbody Team Spirit. And then I believe Candace wants us to also, I can't remember what her hashtag is. It's not just Fit Mama Inc. It's something else. We'll have to look and see what that is. But make sure you're doing it on Instagram or Twitter, because that is what qualifies for the contest. And then you can also win individual prizes if you hit Success Club. If you achieve Success Club 5 or higher and have the 90 home direct personal volume, you get an exclusive Core de Forest tank top or t-shirt, which is awesome. And if you are one of the top 20 challenge pack sellers, you get a Core de Forest hoodie, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so that's basically the gist of the Team Spirit Challenge. So I'm kind of excited about that. I think it's a cool, creative way to share more. Like, I think it'll get us to share more about like our team and being a part of a team and the family and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. So if you have any questions about that, where did it go? The FAQ is 1726. So check it out. And you can get right to that from the Coach Breaking News section in our online office. So that is the My Challenge Tracker, my Team Spirit Challenge. Oh, dear God. So I also, apparently I can't speak today, sorry. I know that Trey, I think it was 2 weeks ago now, and Fit Mama had done a team call, and in the beginning he did like an invite blitz. We briefly talked about this last week, but I wanted to kind of bring it up again and see if you guys wanted to start doing something like that when we have our team calls, whether it's the first thing we do or if we want to end with that. Maybe we could do like a 5-minute invite blitz, or it doesn't have to be like an invite. It can be like follow-up, or we can just here's a 5-minute block. For these 5 minutes, I want you to invite, follow up, whatever it is you want to do. I mean, there's kind of a lot of options we can use, but I just wanted to kind of throw that out there again and see if that's something you guys would be interested in. I think it might be kind of a cool way to get us to do it. Like, for instance, today I worked an 8-hour day. I got home. I did a couple of stuff from Teamsy, but I haven't finished my whole power hour. So like on days like that where, the day gets away from you and we have our team call, it kind of almost like forces you to at least spend 5 minutes doing it. So I kind of think it's a good idea. I think it might be worth trying it. So we can talk about that either now if you want to, or when I share the recording, we can talk about it in the feed. Does anyone want to say anything about it right now, or do we want to keep moving along?
I think it's worth a try. I mean,
yeah. I think it would be,
giving it a shot.
I think it would be cool. And then like we can even, huh?
It could be a disaster, but a beautiful one. But no, I think it's a good way to sort of jolt you out of your norm. So like, I think you get comfortable with just sort of like, my first instinct was, oh, I don't do any invites this late at night. Well, that's just because I'm sort of a earlier in the day person, but like maybe it would be a good idea to like paradigm shift a little bit and do some stuff in the evening or whatever. So I think it probably is a good idea.
There you go. And then we can always, like, if someone has a good invite that they send, you can copy and paste in the chat. People can use it. We can like share, stuff like that real quick. But I think it'll, at least to give it a try, I think it'll be cool. And I'm trying to decide if I would rather do that first or at the end. Because if we do it first, then, and if people start responding while we're on the call, then I don't know if like that's totally a distraction for people. So I don't know if it would be worth it to do it at the end. I don't know. We'll see. So one thing I really wanted to talk about today was I finally listened or watched one of the webinar recordings for the Team Z, what was it? Like how to do your best power hour ever or whatever. And I absolutely loved how he said every single day we should have a make someone's day mindset. So I like that completely takes the pressure or the thought away from this is a conversation to start talking to someone to eventually lead them to a Beachbody conversation. Which, not saying that everyone's automatic thought is that right away, but sometimes I think we get so caught up in the I'm just going to message this person and move on, message and move on, and we kind of almost lose sight of the fact that we want to be building genuine, real relationships with people. So I love the thought of make someone's day mindset. So when you're starting your power hour, if you just think to yourself, like, I just want to make someone's day, like, and that helped me message people that I normally wouldn't have messaged, because he has, like, there's little scripts that he has. You can click on it, copy and paste, and it's as simple as, hey, whoever, how have you been? I just wanted to pop in and say hello. I hope you're having a good day today. Like that, to somebody on the other end, could either be like, well, that's weird. Why are you messaging me? But it could also, they might also be like, oh, wow, that was really nice of them. And they may, like, that might totally make their day that you were even thinking of them and checked in and wanted to say hello. Like, it's as simple as that. And there was like 3 people that showed up on my Team Z list to reach out to, and I will be honest and say that a lot of the times I haven't actually messaged people. I'll just go to their page and like something or maybe comment on it, and I count that as a connect, which I still think is. But for certain people, like, I very well could send that message to them, and I haven't been doing it. But when he said that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it, because this might make their day. And if it doesn't, if the conversation dies, who cares? At least I tried, So I don't know. It just completely changed the way I thought of just saying hello to somebody. And I liked that mindset a lot. So I want everybody to start, think about that when you're starting conversations with people, even if it's someone you randomly come across on the street, like, say hello. Or if you're like standing at a stop sign waiting to cross the street, like, strike up a conversation with the person next to you. If you're sitting down at work, maybe you're at lunch, or I don't know, whatever you do at work, and you're sitting next to someone and there's an opportunity for conversation, start one. It doesn't have to be, it kind of takes off the pressure of thinking, like, where does this conversation go? Is it going to end where I want it to end? Is it not? Like, who cares? Just have a conversation, make someone's day, like, act like you care, and something may or may not come out of it, but either way, you're getting the practice in, you're reaching more people, and you're just saying hello. And that, to somebody, like, I've been doing that randomly on the street. Like, I walked by this guy who stands in front of a parking garage all day directing cars in and out, and I had to walk by him, and I looked at him and I said, hi. And he was like surprised, and he was like, hello. Like, I'm not saying I made his day, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. little things like that, I think, can just kind of almost boost your confidence too, and like makes you want to do that more, which is really cool. It's like contagious. So definitely think of that every day and write that down, put it somewhere wherever you do your work, put it on a sticky note, stick it on your computer, wherever, somewhere that you're going to see it so that you're constantly reminded, like, I just want to make someone's day today. That's it. Which I think would be really helpful. That's what I'm definitely going to do. Another thing, I kind of have like a lot of random stuff to talk about, so sorry, but I just got all these like random things from like the team call, the National Wake Up Call and stuff. I know this has been talked about a little bit, but Carl mentioned again in the National Wake Up Call about having a, success story binder or a book. So I love the idea of us all, I mean, obviously this is if you want to create it or not, you don't have to, but I love the idea of having a success story binder or a book where whether it's you just writing a name down and like writing down what they've told you, or ask people, like reach out to old customers or talk to your new customers and say, listen, I'm creating this new book because this is driving me to help people. I really want to help people get their results. I'd love to feature you in my book. If you want it to stay private, it can stay private, or like you can even, if you want this to ever show people, like definitely let people know if you're going to show it, because they should know if their pictures or stories are going to be shown. But, I think that's such a cool way to also have our minds constantly focused on helping people get results, because you can put that in your book. And like, how good would that feel to ask somebody like, would you be willing to share your before and after pictures, or describe to me what your experience has been since you started these things? Like, get testimonials from people. It doesn't have to be pictures. It can be words. You can ask for a video. If you think someone would be willing to share a video with you, like ask for that. Maybe you can share it, like save it online, have like a folder of videos and pictures and stuff. It doesn't have to be a physical book, but I feel like that is such a cool way to keep us focused on helping people getting results. And like to me, that's motivating to get more people in that book. I think that's so cool. In that, again, keep our focus on getting them results, not just connecting people with a program and with the shakes, but building a story with them, like helping them build their story, which is really cool. And then they can share that with you. And like, how cool would that feel? So I definitely am going to try to do that. And I encourage you guys to as well. Another thing, two more things Carl said on that call that I just wanted to reiterate is, number one, he's just so passionate and like awesome. I can't even take it. When he was talking about how we need to reject hopelessness, I absolutely loved what he was saying. And he referenced a Facebook post that he did. And I'm going to read part of it to you guys because I think it was so awesome. On October 31st, he posted it. And he said, "It's hard to start a new fitness or weight loss program when you know it's going to be a long journey to achieve your goal, but it's possible. It's hard to put in the hours required to do all the vital behaviors to make a coaching business thrive when the financial rewards are not instantly significant, but it's possible. You can say that about anything you want to achieve in your life. When the outcome is uncertain and you don't know if you have what it takes to succeed, your mind will try to convince you that it's hopeless and you should give up. But that is a twisted old survival mechanism that serves no meaningful purpose for you today." And then he says, "Find hope in examples of success that other people just like you have achieved. Find hope in looking not at the clock or the scale, but instead at the proven steps that will lead you to your objective. And when your mind tries to convince you that something important to you is hopeless, you need to find a way to reject that thought. If it's important to you, find a way to make progress. Stoke the fire of your ambition to keep going. It can be done." And then he talked about in the call, like how they didn't think it was possible to break the 4-minute mile, but someone did it. And then hundreds of people did that after that. Once they believed it was possible, they didn't think they could get anybody on the moon, but we got somebody on the moon. Like, that's freaking ridiculous. What else did he say? Like disease, so many diseases they found cures for or treatments for, where in the past it was thought that was impossible. All of us, we have our own story for what we've overcome. And I'm sure a lot of us at many times on our journey have thought what we're trying to achieve is impossible. But along the way, you've overcome so many things and you've achieved so many things that you once thought was hopeless or impossible, but you did it. So like, start sharing stuff like that and start instilling that belief in other people. Like, I know it's going to be a long journey. This is going to be hard. You have to put the work in. It seems like it's hopeless and impossible, but I'm going to take you there. You can do this. You know, encourage people to reject hopelessness. And we need to do that for our own journey and for our businesses. And like he said, like, it can seem impossible sometimes to get all the vital behaviors in every single day and be consistent with it. But it's possible. People are doing it left and right. People who are busier than each one of us is doing that. So it is possible. You just have to make the time for it if you really want to. And same goes with anything in your life, basically. But I love that he said that. I think that is so cool. And a quick and easy thing you can write down and save nearby you if you want to do that too. And then another cool core de force thing is for the month of November, if you share a video of you kicking butt doing a core de force move, and what word did he say? He's like, he wants to see intensity. That's the word he used. Like, showing intensity, doing a less than a minute video of you basically crushing core de force. If you hashtag core de force and then hashtag contests. And again, this is Twitter or Instagram only. For some reason, they're not doing Facebook. I don't know why. They're going to announce $1,000, a daily winner who wins $1,000, which is huge. So all of us should be doing that. And then definitely, if you have any customers that have this program, absolutely tell them about that. And Carl said he's randomly going to pick people here and there to give out, to send a Beachbody Performance Recover signed by him, which is pretty cool. So that's happening for the whole month of November. So that's exciting. And then last but not least, they're doing another health bet in January, which is awesome. I loved the health bet. I thought that was so much fun. I've never seen so many people logging their workouts and drinking their shakes. Like, that was such good motivation. And now we have 2 months to hype it up, get people interested, and get people on board with that. And it sounds like there's going to be a guarantee. I'm a little bit confused by this because they said it's starting off with $1 million and it's going to be guaranteed at least 2 million. And I don't know, that doesn't really make sense to me. So I don't know if they're just assuming with all challenge pack sales for the month of November and December that we would get it up to that point. I don't know. But they've said multiple times, guaranteed $2 million at least, up to 3, which is more than what the last one was. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I think that's something to look forward to as well. Oh, and then just one more. Sorry, I'm like full of random shit today. But one more thing I wanted to share. I shared a video. Angie, gosh, what's her last name? I shared a video on our page earlier today. Her name is Angie Lee or something maybe. I've been following her lately. She has really cool live videos, and I like stuff that she posts. She's a good person to follow if you're not following her. And she did a live video about being a consumer versus a creator. And what she was talking about was creating content. And she basically talked about how you are either a consumer and you're somebody who scrolls through Facebook or looks at websites or looks at blogs and is constantly searching for inspiration from other people and wasting a ton of time and maybe not even finding anything. Or you're a creator where not saying it's bad to look to other people for inspiration, but that needs to be limited, and you need to give yourself the opportunity to create your own content. And I loved what she said. She said 90% or 99% of my content is from me walking and a thought pops into my head and it inspires me and I write it down or like put it in my phone in a notepad, or I do a random live video, or she records herself talking about it and then eventually puts it together into something. Or like when she's doing her yoga or meditating or reading a book or just like randomly doing all of these things. Like basically she's allowing herself to be herself, to live her life, and the inspiration is kind of like coming to her in a way that speaks to her versus constantly looking to other people. And then when you do that, you run the risk of almost subconsciously copying. You may not, none of us I know would ever copy and paste and like do something exactly like somebody else did. But sometimes when you look at something and you try to recreate it, it's not really you, even though you recreated it. Sometimes it can be, but other times you can still kind of have a hard time recreating something that somebody else did, or it may speak to you, but not necessarily as good as if you just kind of let your own inspiration come to you. And I really liked that because I'm totally guilty of scrolling through my news feed way too much and wasting so much time taking screenshots of it. Oh, that's a really good post. I want to go back and look at that. And can I just tell you how many screenshots I have that I don't go back and look at, but I've still wasted all that time. So definitely something to keep in mind, to start being more of a creator and less of a consumer. And just, believing that it's going to come to you and just doing your own thing. And that's going to spark these creative pieces of content that maybe nobody else has done before, or maybe someone has done before, but it's not going to be the same as what you just did because you didn't see it from somebody else. You got it from yourself. So I think I loved that. I thought that was really cool and a great way to kind of separate yourself, like, separate the two and distinguish them and make sure that you're not letting yourself fall into the constant consumer trap, which I've done a lot, but that's going to help me want to create more. I liked how she said that. So that's all I have. I just blabbered for like half an hour. Does anyone have anything you want to add or questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I just had somebody, it's kind of unrelated to what you were talking about, but I had somebody that responded to a coach invite that I sent to her, and she's interested, and I don't know what to tell her. I don't know, like, I want to make an outline before I get on the phone with her tomorrow night.
Okay.
You don't have to answer that now. Sorry.
Well, hang on. I actually have, oh gosh, I think I just did something to my printer. So I found in the online office,
Okay.
this is a couple months ago, I found a health assessment questionnaire and a Shakeology engagement questionnaire. And then I tried to go back and find these again to share in our team page, and I can't for the freaking life of me find them. So I'll snap picture. I guess I'll just take pictures of them and share them maybe in the team page, because I don't know. Maybe I don't remember where I found them, and I just can't figure it out. But they're really good prompt questions to like ask somebody to get more information about like what they're looking for, what their goals are, what their needs are, and stuff like that. Because even like she sounds interested in the coaching opportunity, which is awesome, but she's gonna obviously want to have her talk about her own goals and stuff like that. And you're going to want to set her up with a program, because being proof of products is definitely something that you want to do if you have to do that to be a successful.
Right.
So I can snap a picture of those and send them to you, and then I'll share them in the team page. That's kind of like what why is that stuck? I've been going by. And then, I don't know, I would also ask her, simply like, what made you interested in the opportunity? See what she says, and then kind of going back to the personality test that we talked about a while ago, where depending on what her answers are, you can kind of tailor where your conversation continues. Like if she says she's really interested in the coaching opportunity because of the financial opportunity, you can kind of focus on that.
Right.
If she says like, I really want more accountability, you can focus on like the team culture and environment and the challenge groups. And, so kind of based on what she says, the conversation can kind of go a bunch of different ways. So it's hard to necessarily say, but first off, that's awesome. And I love that you're getting her on the phone. That's good.
I've had one girl that's like, can you just tell me about the 21-day fix here? I'm like, sweetheart, if I were to type it out, I would be doing you a disservice because I wouldn't be able to just draw the picture for you.
I know.
And I need you to see it in your head. She was like, okay, so I'm going to talk to her Saturday morning.
Good.
Girl for 21-day fix.
That's awesome.
That's
for
awesome.
you. It's not true though, because you can you could type it out. You could type it out, but hearing the passion in your voice and like the belief, like you're not making up what you're saying. Like you have your own experience. People who have had experience. Like I talked to a girl at work today who actually sounds interested in coaching, and like I think a lot of the stuff I talked about on this call even gave me the guts to bring it up. But our conversation went so good because I kept telling myself, just talk about it. Like, stop putting so much damn pressure on yourself and just talk about it and how it's changed your life. And people feel that. Like, she was like, wow, you really... She's like, because I told her that I wanted to do it full time, and she's like, you really should do it full time. You clearly, you definitely love it enough to do it. And I was like, thank you. But anyway, I think that's so great that you're getting people on the phone, because that honestly scares me, but I know it's something I need to do more of. So kudos to you. Yeah.
I'm going to be realistic with myself. It's not really working so far. But.
What's not working?
I guess it's me. It's me that's not working.
You are working.
Yeah, but not hard enough.
Work harder.
I'm coming off mute. What are you talking about? You keep putting your crushed teamsy goals every day. You're working your butt off.
When you get 2 answers out of 70 people,
that's just
The way it is, babe.
They're both no.
10x rule right there. That's the 10x rule. You gotta, I don't know.
That's not you. That's everybody. Or at least everybody.
That's everybody is right.
I'm going to keep pushing, I guess.
Yeah. What are you sending them?
I'm starting off with okay, so where is it? Oh, it's over here. The invitation guide that's in Coach Office.
Good.
I'm basically saying hey, I don't know if this is for you or not, but I was hoping you might be able to help me. I'm looking for 5 or so new people who want to get started either losing weight or revamping their fitness plan, depending on the person, over the next 30 days. And I was wondering if you might know anyone that's interested.
All right. Well, have you been sending that to random people you've never talked to before?
Yeah, and you know what? The random ones are the ones that are yeah, okay.
Okay, funny. Because I was thinking, I wonder if it would be worth just sending a simple like, "Hey, how are you?" Like get a conversation going before immediately jumping to that, because maybe some people are like taken aback by it or like afraid to answer.
Right.
I would say with your warm leads, you want to talk to them first.
Right.
And the strangers, I would just cut right to, oh, what you're doing is great. Obviously, they're responding. Because it's like, otherwise, it's a little bit creepy. Like, why is this person want to talk to me? You know, like just.
Right. Like, if someone, like, I'm actually friends with pops up or, like, that I know in real life, I'm building.
This is real life, Katie.
Further. Facebook is not real life, okay? I will argue that forever. It's so bad.
Well, that actually reminds me of Matt Morris has like a ton. I should start sharing videos in our page. But he has like a ton of videos that are really good for network marketers, building businesses and stuff. And what you just said reminded me of a video that he shared how to, like, it was about recruiting, which I don't like that word, but you know what I mean. And he said, sometimes it's better to get straight to the point, because sometimes people can sense that you're just doing small talk to eventually get to the point.
Right.
Depending on, you know, who it is, like, you're right, just go for it. And you're asking so many people that you're gonna get more response. Like, those 2 responses wouldn't have come to you if you were only doing like 5 a day for like another month. You know what I mean? So that's good.
And the ones that haven't responded might respond. I mean, I've said this before in team calls. I think I'm still at 100% of my SC points for 2016 have been multiple months forming relationships, some of which never wrote back for like weeks at a time, and then I'd randomly get a message at like some random hour at a time. So like, just because they're not getting back right away doesn't mean they won't. A lot of people are like, I don't need that.
Like, what I've been doing in Teamsy is if they don't answer me basically within 48 hours, I change the follow up to exactly a month.
Yeah.
From the 48 hours. So I'll be like, hey, I just want to make sure you saw my message. I'm still here. Hello.
Hi.
It's shocking to me sometimes where I'll like almost have written somebody completely off, and then out of the blue it's like, all right, I'm ready, or tell me more, or you know, you never know.
Right.
It was so weird. One of the women who signed up with me last month, she's a friend of my sister's. I was forming with her all summer. Like, we were talking. I mean, I shouldn't say forming. We were just really more talking about Beachbody, and she just was like, not ready to pull the trigger, not ready to, asking lots of questions, but not, like, never moved. And I completely dropped the ball on following up with her. Completely. For like 6 weeks. And all of a sudden I was like, and I wrote to her, I'm like, Kim, I'm so sorry. I completely dropped the ball. And she wrote back. She goes, oh, I just figured you got tired of answering my question. She ended up buying 21 Day Fix Challenge Pack, signed up as a coach straight away. Like, okay, just send me the stuff. I'm just going to do it. You know, it's like sometimes that takeaway thing, maybe. I don't know.
A similar experience in September. I had somebody email me that I hadn't, or message me that I hadn't spoken to in about a month, like, that I had kind of given up on. We had gone back and forth a little bit here and there, and like, she seemed interested, wouldn't pull the trigger, and I had kind of purposely written her off, like, wasn't going to never talk again, but was like, I'm just going to give it some time.
Mm-hmm.
And she messaged me, she's like, where you been? And I was like, I was just giving you the space. And she's like, I just like to be courted. And I laughed so hard. And she ended up,
you gotta buy me wine first.
I know, but she was like, she loved the fact that I was like coming after her.
Yeah,
so like,
wicked funny.
Like that. And then
funny.
So
oh my
it's
God.
all
Well, another thing to add, I think Bob Heilig talked about this, was people don't, or I don't know, it was probably someone random. People don't typically say yes or like agree to what you're offering them until between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Oh no, it was the Teamsy thing, I think. Yeah, it was a Teamsy thing. He said it takes 7 to 10 times of following up for someone in general for them to make a decision.
That's fucking ridiculous.
It's okay. I know. Well, it kind of makes sense in a way because, I mean, I'm totally...
Is Ashley on here?
Is who?
Ashley?
No.
Oh God, she must have. I think she ended up following up with me like 12 or 13 times.
See? Well, life gets in the way. Like, you get a message and you may be all for it, but then life happens and you forget about it, and then that person's in your ear again, like, hey. Like,
right.
Life gets in the way, or you may be unsure, you may be questioning yourself, you may be doubting yourself, but this person keeps reaching out to you and be like, I'm just here to follow up whenever you're ready. Like, be supportive, keep asking them, and then they'll realize you're serious, you believe in what you're offering, and you believe in them, and then they're going to be like, all right, fine, let's do it. And not a lot of people follow up that many times, which also shows that you care because you're taking the time to do that.
Right. That's true.
Yeah, which is why I think Teamsy is so great, because you can schedule your follow-ups, and if you keep up with it, which I haven't been, but I'm like starting to get a lot better with it. But if you keep up with it, these people won't fall through the cracks, and you will be following up with them the right amount of times to eventually get them to say yes. And then, if it never happens, then sometimes, it won't happen. But sometimes, like you guys have all been saying, a lot of times it takes time, but they come around. And then those, I feel like so often too, those are the people that end up doing so well once they do make the decision, because they've thought about it and they've clearly been through things that make them like sick of whatever they're doing. And then they're like, let's just do it. And then they do it, and they're like really good. I don't know. That's how I feel.
I have some girl on my Facebook. I'm tempted to block her, but she does isogenics. And I feel like she's like taking people that she added my cousin from Kansas on there, trying to sell her isogenics. She's like, and my cousin's like, get the fuck out of here. Sorry, random thought. I'm all over the place today.
That's okay. Well, yeah. So I have these 2 sheets in front of me, so I'll take pictures and I'll share them. They're good prompts for like questions to ask people, even like customers, who want more information. You can ask them these questions, because it kind of goes back to asking them questions, learning about them, finding out their needs, and then filling those needs with what we have. And instead of you being like, well, I don't know how your eating is, but Shakeology is great. Like, if someone says, my eating is great.
What the? Was that an earthquake?
I don't know. But if someone like tells you like, oh, I don't have a lot of energy, like my eating hasn't been great, like blah, 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 you can be like, well, I recommend Shakeology because it helps with cravings and it gives you energy and whatever. I mean,
make sure they're affirmative statements. And
show confidence in what you're saying. Give examples if you have them. But it also kind of, if they're the ones that are bringing up their problems versus you potentially like suggesting that they have issues or assuming things, like if they're bringing it up and you're like, this has helped someone I know, or this has helped me, or whatever, then they can't really like look at you, like they can't really be annoyed or mad at you for saying that, because they're the one who told you it was an issue, and you're just saying like, this is it, this is what you need.
Right. And like, even if they don't, but they said they were interested in talking about it, I'll be like, what did I say that sparked your interest? Why do you want to do this? And then like, are you currently struggling with nutrition? If you're not, like,
exactly.
Another thing about I don't want to say this is across the board, but sometimes the easy sells are dangerous.
Right.
People that hop from gimmick to product, and they'll buy or return, or they'll buy and cancel after 1 month, and they won't complete your challenge group. Like the super quick sales, I'm always like, that was too easy, that was too fast, they were too ready. Like it should take, it's a commitment, it's a big deal, it's something that's different than anything they've ever done before. It should take some conversation and some decision making and some trust building to get there. And those people that you invest that in will be there for the long haul.
That's a really good point.
I agree.
That's a really good point. And you're so right. Now that I think of like my quick versus not so quick, like you're right. A lot of the quick ones do end up like canceling the shakes after the first month. And it's like, ugh. And I'm really like, what I'm trying to do now is, I'm encouraging people. I'm telling them, like, look up the ingredients. When you get your bag, read the back of it. Look at what everything does. Like, do your own research. Like, I can talk about this all I want, but I need you to understand what you're getting from this shake, which is why I'm so highly suggesting it to you. And, like, that kind of puts it on them, too, to be like I did that with someone the other day, and they were like, oh, he's like, what's with this Shako or whatever? And I was like, let me just tell you. And I shared a video, and I was like, this stuff, like, you can't get this anywhere else. The benefits are unreal. Like, when you get your bag, because he did get the challenge pack, I was like, when you get your bag, please, will you look at it, do some research. I want you to understand this as much as I do, because, like, this is why you want to be drinking this every day for life.
Right.
It kind of, like, reiterates how, like, you're telling them, like, you look at it and, like, you do your research, because your research is going to prove what I'm saying is right.
Yeah.
So that's like confidence in what you're saying, you know, and it gives them the opportunity to do that and be like, well, shit, she wasn't kidding.
And I'm not going to do all the work for you. This isn't just another quick fix. It's us working together, but you have to actually step up and do the work, which means learning and getting on your own way.
Yeah, and like we should be encouraging people to do that for everything they put in their body. Like, look at all the ingredients that you buy at the grocery store, you know, not just the shakes. Like, this girl told me she bought a GNC shake, like, what was it? Like, women's lean something or other. So I Googled it, and literally the second ingredient was that carcinogen or whatever, like that ingredient that basically, like, most people know not to even go near, was the second thing. And I told her, she recently had a baby. She's like, just finally, like, getting back in. She's like, I just bought this, I want to finish it. And I was like, what did I even say? I was like, I don't even remember what I said, but I basically implied, I said somewhere, like, oh, the ingredients, like, that doesn't have really good ingredients in it. Like, have you looked? And I hope I didn't offend her. But like, when I looked at the ingredients, I was like, oh dear God, most of this is not natural. And of course it was $40, and it's 0 Weight Watchers points, which was I was really excited about the 0 Weight Watchers points. And I was like, I'm pretty sure Shakeology is what, like 3 or 4 points, right? It's not that much, I don't think. I'd have to look it up again. But she used to love the shake, so I was kind of, I don't know. I hope I didn't, like, offend her, and I didn't mean to. I was just like, when I saw those ingredients, I was like, oh, honey, like, you shouldn't be drinking that. But people are going to do what they're going to do. So anyway. Does anyone have any other questions or anything you want to add?
You know what? I'm just going to share one thing. I was looking at my notes from Super Saturday, and this is like the very last person that spoke she did a whole thing on her challenge groups and whatever, but maybe it wasn't her. I don't know. It was a different girl who kind of wrapped things up, and she was talking about her social media posts, because I guess she was the highest ranked person at our thing and just got back from leadership. And since you were talking about the girl who talked about creating content, and sometimes I feel like it's just hard to wrap your head around the whole thing of personal branding, and like, and this just so consumes your life that it's hard. Like, this is what you live and breathe all the time. But she said, you know, when you think about your personal branding, think about, we always talk about what makes you different, but she said she thinks about it in terms of 10 things she wants to be or to learn. And then she shares her journey of learning about something. So maybe it's a craft, or maybe it's,
I like that.
and I really, really liked it, because I kind of feel like I struggle sometimes with that, but I thought that was, I shouldn't say I struggle with it. I just tend to think like the other girl. If something inspires me, I just write about it. But demonstrating what she's trying to learn to better herself, or, you know, what she's trying to be. So
I like that a lot. Thank you for sharing that.
Yep.
I just wrote that down.
So,
That's very interesting. And I totally agree. Your brand is pretty complicated. I don't know. When I try to think about the things that make me different, I don't know. I feel like it's like not as exciting to me as maybe it should be. I don't know. And then I have been kind of trying to post more like nurse related stuff, but I don't know. I like that though, because that kind of shows, like, it shows that you're growing too,
right.
which is really cool, and that's inspiring. And like, someone else might, like, just because you're not that yet doesn't mean you're not going to be, and someone else might want to be that too. And then you kind of like pull them in with you, and then they may want to jump on and like join you on that journey to being that. That's really cool. Thank you for sharing that.
No, you're welcome. That was my one good takeaway. Our Super Saturday was so lame.
Oh my gosh, really?
It was probably, I mean, I shouldn't say it was so lame, because it was actually good conversation and everything, but it was really small. We only had, I don't even think we had 30 people there.
Wow.
So small.
Oh,
So like the last one that we had, there were almost 100. So we're finally getting to like the size that we should have been. And I don't know. I felt bad, but it'll be better the next time.
Did you guys watch the video I shared of Julie Voris from our Super Saturday? I live broadcasted it, I guess, in the team page, whatever you call that. Definitely watch it. Her speech was phenomenal.
So I got to share a funny story about that, because I was really hopped up on drugs Friday night after my surgery, and you live fed it, and I was like, I'm watching this, and I'm sitting in my bed, like propped up on pillows with my shake that Owen had made me, and I'm like crying. No one walks in. He's like, why are you crying? And I'm like, I don't even know. I'm gonna have to watch this tomorrow. I was retaining no information. I just knew that I was super pumped up and like inspired by her.
Yeah.
I watched it again on Saturday when I was a little bit more with it.
That's amazing. It was so good. Everybody needs to watch that. I should go down and comment and like boost it up again so that you guys can see it. He simplified so much of what we overcomplicate. And I want to start doing those daily prompts that she said she does in the team page, where like on Monday she'll post like she'll do a post in her like coach page, and it will say, these are your action items for the day. And number 1 is reach out to 5 new people or something. Number 2 might be share a post about your transformation story, or maybe that would be on Tuesday. But like basically she gives like 4 or 5 bullet item, like take action doing these things today. And then the final one every single day of the week is do your workout, drink your shake, read a book, and crap. What's the 4th one?
Thanks, somebody.
Oh my gosh, what the heck is the 4th one?
Recognition of some sort? No.
It wasn't recognition. What the heck was it? do your workout, drink your shake, read a book. Oh, have a conversation. Have conversations, I think is what it was. But I loved that, like just daily prompts for all of us to do. And I'll probably start this next week because I want like time to kind of come up with different ones for each day of the week. I don't know if it will literally be different every single day. Like I'll probably have like a Sunday, Monday, like a specific one for each day of the week that will just repeat on that day. I can't imagine. I'm not really sure if there's another way to do it, or at least I'll start doing that. But I want to start posting those every day in the team page. And I want it to be like, when you see this, if you have a moment, do the 4 items. Obviously not the workout shake, like that takes time. But like as soon as you see it, do one of the things on it, like get it over with. But I love the idea of like prompts for action items to do, because action is where the magic happens. We have to be taking action, and prompts like that can remind you or inspire you or motivate you to just do it. So I liked that a lot. Cool. So I'll start that next week too. Yay! And also, does everyone have, are we doing the My Challenge Tracker app? Are you guys doing that for your challenge groups this month for the Team Spirit thingamabob?
I started one right before, I didn't realize that it was going to be, I started one that goes right until the end of the year, my Finish Strong Challenge group. And it's a year-end resolution group, and it started October 24th. So I've got all my people in.
Is that not, oh.
They're already signed up and in it, and there's like 25 of them.
Well, you could add, so like all of the people that you get for the next 2 months, you could invite to that one, and I think it would count.
I can add them into it. Not only the new signups, the ones that are in there won't, right?
I don't think so, but that doesn't matter because you didn't get them this month anyway.
Right.
So I don't think that matters. Like, I think no matter what.
Did it have to be a new challenge?
Yeah.
It had to be a new challenge pack, person added into a group?
Yeah, it has to be.
It don't have to be a new customer, but it has to be a new purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be an unlock, or it can be a challenge pack. But it has to
Within the month of November.
Yeah.
So that's fine. That wouldn't have counted anyways if they bought in October.
Yeah.
Right, but for the app part, wouldn't it be anybody who's in the group?
I'm not, you know what? That's a good question, because it looks like in the rules or the FAQ, if you have a customer or a coach that signs up for either a new Shakeology order or a challenge pack and accepts an invitation, that you get 1 point for each or 2 points for each, depending on what. But I don't know if, like I think it has to be the same person.
Okay, so existing customers don't matter. Okay,
Yeah. I think
then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think it has to be the same person, because it said, and then that person accepts an invitation to your Mind Challenge Tracker.
Gotcha.
So you're good.
I'm good.
Cool.
I'm good.
Yay.
We had a fun challenge today in my group. I never did this, but it was like hot potato with water.
Oh.
I saw that, and it was so fun.
It was really fun. And so basically I just started it in the morning, and I said, here's the person who has the water. You need to drink 8 ounces or 6 ounces of water, and then call somebody else out. Like, pass the water bottle is what it was. So, and then I randomly set up times. I scheduled it last night for it just to say stop. And then whoever was caught with it was out. And now tonight I have to do a drawing for who's left.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I mean, a couple people just totally didn't even log in at all, but that's okay.
Wait, so how did you schedule the stop? Or did you go in and physically write stop?
Yeah, that was my post, said stop. And then, so that was the break point, and then I went and named the next person who had the water bottle. So,
What a cool idea.
It was cool.
Yay. All right. Well, does anyone have anything else you want to add or talk about?
Anyone done dynamic strength yet? The second quarter force workout?
No, but I've been watching the videos of like the coach, like everyone who's doing it. And I'm like, holy shit, this looks so hard and so awesome.
It was awesome. Just get ready for a lot of push-ups.
Oh no.
That's the one where they do like the weird, like back on your elbows and then up.
Yeah, that's the easiest one, I think. But yeah, that's the Sphinx push-up, and there's triple push-ups, and there's scissor push-ups, and it's.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Oh my God, I'm gonna die.
I'm so glad I just finished I'm finishing Max 30 this week, so I feel like that was a good leeway into quarter fourth or whatever. Did that make sense? Is that the right word?
Sitting on my ass for a month, so.
Yeah, I've been doing yoga retreat, which I couldn't even hold myself up to this morning on yoga retreat because my arms hurt so bad from quarter force. So whatever.
I can't imagine how I'm gonna feel tomorrow.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
Like,
Do you have the performance line?
yeah. I don't have all of it, but I took recover after I worked out. But
I swear that helps. There have been days when I've forgotten or didn't feel like it, and the next day I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just in my mind, but.
Yeah, but it's killer. I'm super excited about it. It's fun. This workout is 45 minutes long, and it didn't feel like it to me. It felt like.
Oh, wow. The push-up one is 45 minutes.
Aren't most of them longer? I was surprised. I was looking at it. I came downstairs today and I was going to do one, and I looked at them. I'm like, they're all 47 minutes.
Yeah,
How do you have them? Are they on demand already?
Yeah.
the digital unlock, and it was instant.
Oh.
I didn't buy the DVDs. I just did the
I bought the DVDs yesterday, and I have
Ooh, I'm logging in right now to see if mine's up. I bought it yesterday too.
Yeah, it should be. Everyone I heard from today already had it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to finish Max 30. This is my last week, so.
Yeah.
Quarter force! Oh, it's
I
there!
have two.
Yes!
So, Katie got up a good point to me yesterday. On the app on the phone, there's no option for the split screen modifier.
Oh.
It works on, I'm assuming the DVDs will have it. It works on my Amazon Fire Stick, like on my TV, and I haven't tried it on the laptop yet. I'm assuming it'll work on the laptop, but just if you have customers that are going to rely on that,
Interesting.
this program's hard enough that a lot of people probably will. Something to sort of keep in mind.
Because when I did the sneak peek, I did it on my computer, and I wasn't really paying attention, but I don't remember seeing an option for the split screen, but I wondered if that was because it was just the sneak peek, but maybe it's not.
It doesn't let you anywhere. I played with it last night after Katie messaged me, and there was none of the videos had the option, but as soon as I went on, I used my Fire Stick in my workout room.
That's
as soon as I went on to it, it asked, like, which one do you want? Oh, no, it didn't ask. Sorry. On the screen where you press play, there was a button down the side that said modifier view. But that's not available on the phone app.
I wonder why. All right, good to know.
Yeah, thanks. I don't think I even would have known about the split screen.
Yeah, it's definitely beneficial. I mean, the modifier is on the screen
A lot.
most of the time anyway. But what's good about the modifier split screen is that it's a front view of just it's recorded separately. It's not just that person split screen from where they are standing. It's a separate recording. So like at some point, like today, like Jericho was like messing with the modifier and making her do more and like challenging her. Like it's just round 2. You could go up on your toes now doing the push-ups. But in the modifier view, she's still doing the modification 100% of the time. So it gives you like the modifier that's working out with them, like we'll step it up a notch for the people that are ready to step it up a notch, but that split screen will always show the modification, which is good.
Cool.
You know, the other thing I realized today, which I can't believe I never realized this, that you can actually check off on the app when you've done your workouts. In the calendar? In the calendar.
On BOD?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you pull up the calendar and you can actually click on the day and it marks it off. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I would just pull it up and be like, what day am I on? I'm like, I need to print this. Yeah.
I'm hoping at some point they
It's not working.
morph either the challenge tracker with the 21-day fix tracker or the challenge tracker app with the something EOD with it. Like, I'd love a place where I could keep it all together.
Yeah.
But that is a good benefit.
It didn't work.
I just got the weirdest objection.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. I just freaked out. Sorry, I didn't think I said that out loud.
What was the objection?
I'm staying away from carbs and sugar for Shakeology.
There's no carbs, are there?
I don't think so.
I'm not
fruit carbs, but I mean,
and the sugar is like natural from natural sources. Like, they don't even add the sugar. I think it's just a byproduct of other things that's in it, right?
it's fruit, sugar from fruit, and then stevia. They add stevia. But yeah, that's a bogus excuse.
Right?
I mean, fruit has sugar.
Yeah.
Like, what about this carb thing?
The what?
What about this carb thing?
What do you mean, what about the carb thing?
I'm not sure if there's any carbs in it. I'd have to look it up.
Well, on the carb cycling plan and 21-day fix extreme, you can still drink Shakeology. So
Good point.
there's
I say minimal.
There's carbs in fruit. I mean, when people in their minds say carbs, they're thinking bread, pasta, potatoes.
Right.
Everyone needs carbohydrates to survive. There's some carbs in vegetables. Carbs help fiber break down. Like, so sometimes it's just educating people on, like, yeah, I get it. You don't want refined wheat. You don't want, the white flour. You don't want white sugar. None of that is in Shakeology. What is in Shakeology is the good carbohydrates found in fruits and vegetables, the natural sugars found in fruits, etc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Objections.
This girl, like, she's such a fucking idiot. I kind of don't want to get her a challenge back because, like, I just want to hit her.
Oh my god.
I've known her since I was a kid, and I've wanted to punch her since the 3rd grade.
Oh my goodness. Well, you get to choose who you work with, so.
Yeah, maybe she's not your ideal customer.
And that's another thing I'm, like, starting to, I don't think accept is the right word, but I am I've always wanted to just please people. Like, I want to help everybody. I don't want to narrow who my focus is, but I'm realizing more and more that we need to do that. For almost for reasons like that, like, not saying, like, stop talking to her and don't help her, but, like, just so that you can focus on your people. Like, you're going to bring the right people to you and who are going to, vibe with you and lift you up, have the same interests. Like, you're just going to connect with them on such a different level versus, like, random people that you have, like, zero connection to. And the people that connect with you on that deeper level are who you're going to build better relationships with and be in it for the long haul, because it's just easier,
Right.
That's been really hard for me to start doing. I still haven't, like, gotten it really right, but I'm trying to not that I don't want to help men, but I don't connect with men, obviously, the same way I do with women. So I'm tailoring my posts more specifically to women, which was already, like, a pretty big step for me. So baby steps, but trying to do that. I'm trying to do more nursing posts because I want to attract because I can talk to them in a different way than I can talk to anyone else. Like, I can't come home from work and talk about my day to Eric because I would have no idea what I was talking about. But like nurse to nurse conversation, our conversations are totally different.
Well, plus, I feel like that's such a huge thing. But you hear so many nurses talk about night shift and, you know, like not having the time to break. So you can totally relate to that when, you know, I can't. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a great thing to tap into.
Yeah. And like, I've found ways, despite the long shifts and the rotating schedule, like I've found ways to make it work so I can share that with them. Whereas someone who works Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, I mean, not that I still can't add value and like give them suggestions and stuff, but I don't do that. So I don't really know what that's like. I don't work 5 days in a row. I don't know how exhausting that is and what the trap, like, you know, so it just goes to show that it may take longer to connect, to like find your people, but once you figure out how to speak to them, it gets easier, and your whole relationship, building relationships with those people is easier, and your connections with them, and you want to help them. Like, you're just more interested in them too, because they're, you know, you have, I don't know, you're just like on the same wavelength, and it totally makes a difference.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If you're being authentic, it will just naturally happen. You don't need to purposely alienate a population, but if you're talking about the things that you know, you love, you're interested in, or part of your life, you're going to attract the people that have similarities to that story. And then maybe out of the blue, you'll get a random person that doesn't really line up, and you're like, cool, I'll help you too. But I'm the same way with men. Like, I only have like one or two male customers, one male coach who's now inactive. But like, I just don't. I don't know. I don't purposely not target them, but I certainly don't. I'm not telling their story. Like, I'm not. It's not like, what are they going to relate to in my story?
Right.
Part of the way it goes.
Yeah.
I tried for a while when I first started coaching to like target. I was like, the people that are going to be most successful in this business are going to be like young 20-somethings, because they're going to be like the go-getters and they're young and healthy and whatever. So I'm going to target them. Like, I'm almost 30. They don't want to hear from me. I'm not as cool and hip as I think I am. Like, I'm not. Like,
Yes,
Never
you are.
am I, though.
I really want to be cool and hip, but I'm not anymore. Like, so as soon as I started just talking about myself and being authentic, but the majority of my customers and coaches are like mid-30s to, you know, mid-50s, and that's sort of my wheelhouse. Those are the people I can talk to and have things in common with.
Exactly.
That's the way it is.
Exactly. Well, guys, it's almost 10 o'clock. We've been like jamming tonight. This was awesome.
Trying to bring us down a rabbit hole.
It feels good to be back.
I know. We're so glad to have you
Glad
back.
you're back.
So glad.
Now we got to go watch the Cubbies win the World Series. They're going to do it tonight.
So excited.
Oh, wow.
It might as well be the Cubs.
Yeah, exactly. And they're up 5-1. So
That's awesome. Yay!
Cool.
fingers crossed. That would be nice.
That would be nice.
Well,
All
thank
right.
you guys so much for hopping on and for chatting and sharing such wonderful knowledge. This was a really good call. I'm really happy. I just love you guys. I love having our little hangouts. I know. All right. Well, have an awesome rest of your week, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right. Good night.
Bye.